morning. It is 6:38 and...
Early.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't feel too crazy for us. We're on East Coast time, which is really throwing us off because we're staying up late and then waking up really early. But, you know, it's all worth it in the end. We're going to early entry. It is at DCA this morning. And there is an entrance here. It's like a alternate entrance because the main entrance is closed. We're not going to use it because it actually takes us further away. So we're going to use the main entrance so that we can go straight over to Radiator Springs Racers. But yeah, it's 7:30.
Yeah, so we'll get coffees real quick, head down. We've been pretty lucky doing DCA right at the entrance there, going into Cars Land. There'll be a crowd of people, everyone's going the same direction, but I think the most we've waited for Cars Land is like 45 minutes or so, so it's pretty good considering that line typically stays well over an hour all day. So.
Yes, you can get a lightning lane for this one. This week they're really expensive. I think they were running, like $30 a piece yesterday. So we're trying to avoid that, and we're just going to try and hop over and do that. And then we have Lightning Lane MultiPass for the rest of the day. Worked out really well yesterday, so we'll do that and then hop over to Disneyland and get a bunch of rides in.
It is about a 5-minute walk to get over to DCA from Grand Californian. On the way over, we stop and get some Starbucks and head and get in line. People start lining up right around 7 o'clock, maybe even a little bit earlier, but they do open the gates right at 7:30. It is a pretty quick path in, so we got in probably around 7:35, 7:40. Once you head into the park, there is a separate entrance. Then you do have to show your hotel key in order to go through that entrance so that you can get that early entry right at 7:30.
So you do have to keep an eye out for the line for the early entry. It's off to the left-hand side as you enter in that Carthaway Circle area, because otherwise you're just going to be lining up with everybody else. So you do have to show your hotel key, and then we walked in. One of the advantages you can try to take is do one of the rides before you get in line for Cars Land. We opted to do Guardians of the Galaxy, and I don't know if we made the best choice on that one. It said 10 minutes or so, and it definitely took a little longer. This ride just takes longer in the queue, so take your chances. If you get there early enough, highly recommend it. If not, maybe do something else and then run over to Cars Land.
Would say that if you really want to get cars in, go straight there, because even at 7:40, when I went and got in line over there, it was about an hour and a half line already. So I really do recommend heading straight there on the busy days like this.
Scrutinize each and every piece that comes to me from different parts of the galaxy, let's shoot this guy. Hearing your incessant blathering on a constant loop was big motivation for me to escape. I go, ouch! Ouch! That was not part of the plan. What? Of course I escaped. For those of you who have not been paying attention, the name's Rocket, one of the Guardians of the Galaxy. The smart one.
So after Guardians of the Galaxy, it was about 8:45 before everyone made it over to Radiator Springs Racers, and the line was over 2 hours by that point. So we opted to just get the lightning lane, the individual lightning lanes, and head over there a little bit later. This absolutely is worth it. It is an incredible ride. It is so much fun. So we decided that 2.5 hours was a little bit long to wait, but the lightning lane was absolutely worth paying for.
Luigi, give our friend your best. Concentrate on tire.
Oh, yeah. Look! Oh, white tires. Now you look like a real race car. Guido,
Some white walls.
line. Okay. Come on in, rookie.
It takes more than new tires to win a race. I'm your new crew chief.
I'll tell you when to pitch your hard. Get it into the groove. So pay attention.
I hope it's that movie.
Radiator Springs Racers is one of our top rides, I think, in all of Disneyland and Disney World. But next up, we headed over to Pem's Test Kitchen. There's a lot of really fun stuff here. They've got great breakfast, but everything's either going to be super big or super small to kind of stay with the themes. And they've got a great menu selection for breakfast, lunch, and snacks. And you can see some of the snacks here. You get the small pretzels. They go through the Pem machine, and they're popped out big on the other side.
And if you're heading over just looking for a drink, there is Pim Tasting Lab, which is a bar outside. It has some great beers and some mixed drinks. Speaking of mixed drinks, I decided to go for the Experiment, and it comes in a fun little beaker cup.
One is the mango, called the Experiment. It's like a mango habanero margarita, kind of. It is very sweet, but it's pretty good.
So next up, we head over to Pixar Pier, where we rode Incredicoaster. We actually did use a lightning lane for this one. But this one stays pretty low in the morning because everyone's over at Cars Land or Guardians. But this one is a great ride and highly recommended.
Afternoon, I guess. Yeah, it's 12:45. We are at San Francisco.
Yep, for lunch, so great option for lunch. But yeah, we got a lot done this morning.
We did. So we have one person. Our son does not like thrill rides. So we kind of split up a little bit this morning. The rope dropped at 7:30, and you guys went straight over to Guardians.
Yeah, so that one took a little longer than expected. You guys did.
I think that was about it was like 30 to 40 minutes, even rope dropping with early entry. Probably wouldn't have done it if we'd known that.
Yeah, so you guys did Web Slingers. I think you guys got the best deal.
We didn't do Web Slingers.
Oh.
We actually went straight over to Cars Land, and we went to go do Cars Land, but we were going to wait for them and get in line. Eventually, I just got in line because it was like the 8 o'clock people were about to get in. So I got in line, and that was still probably about an hour with my son, who opted out at the end, so it was just me by myself.
It's always, they get the 7:30 entry, early entry. They say, hey, you probably try to go do something else before you go do Cars. When it's busy, it's a gamble.
Yeah, so Cars is not open during early entry, but they will let you into the queue. So people who went straight there, when 8 o'clock hit, they rode it really fast. So I got in line about 7:50 and waited about an hour. So if that's your thing, like maybe go straight there and you won't get any early entry stuff, but at least you are the first ones on and you're done by like 8:50.
Yep. So the other thing we did was we ended up buying the lightning for Cars because it ended up being like a 2-hour wait. In the meantime,
8 o'clock, it was a 2-hour wait.
In the meantime, we went over to Incredicoaster, so that was only a 20-minute wait, and we waited. That was great. So we knocked out before 10 o'clock. We knocked out Guardians, Cars because we paid for, and then Incredicoaster because we just waited 20 minutes.
And Guardians again.
And Guardians again.
Yeah.
So
we got a lot done. And then we came over here and had some lunch. Actually, you guys did Incredicoaster twice.
Yeah.
So we've gotten a lot done. Early entry is great. You just kind of have to know exactly how to use it. And the food here at San Francisco
is the best.
Is incredible. Like, it is such good food. We had so I had a sourdough toast with some onion jam and burrata and arugula and tomatoes. That was incredible. You had an acai bowl.
Yep. And then our son had the mac and cheese with the sourdough bread bowl.
Anything at bread bowl here is so good. It's so good.
But you also got the kind of Mexican where they have tacos. Burrito tacos are really good.
Those are good too.
Just didn't have enough room for it all. But there's a lot of great options because you can just order ahead. There's plenty of seating. And so this is probably one of our favorite kind of quick service dining in Disney across Orlando and California. So,
We also, and I will say, while they were doing some of the thrill rides, my son and I hung out in Avengers campus, and he probably met 4 or 5 Avengers just standing around there and going up and talking to them. We had a blast. Like, it is one of my favorite things to do. Just grab a beer at Pim's and just meet Avengers and walk around and just watch what's happening. So we had a great time. And we're only halfway through the day.
Yeah. So we're going to figure out what the group wants to do. We'll probably head over to Disneyland for a little bit and then back over to California Adventure. But so far, it's been great.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Indiana Jones Adventure is down right now for refurbishment. However, if you head over that direction and you look under this little tree, you will find a little leprechaun home. And this is the little man of Disneyland in his Adventureland home. And he is said to have helped Walt Disney build Disneyland.
We did head back to Disneyland to check out the classics, Pirates of the Caribbean and Haunted Mansion, and we got a treat because Jack Sparrow was hanging out and directing traffic.
All right. So we made it to the end of the night, kind of, yeah?
Yeah, it's what time is it? It's a little after 9. We went over to Disneyland after lunch and did actually quite a bit over there.
Yeah, so we ended up doing Big Thunder over there. We actually did Haunted Mansion, Pirates, all on the Express Pass, the MultiPass. And it worked out really great for us today with both
Space
parks and Space Mountain too.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of the major rides done, and I will say, yeah, the MultiPass works great here.
Like, I'm torn on it on Walt Disney World because it doesn't work great, especially on really busy times. It runs out really early, but here we had a great time. We were able to ride just about everything we wanted. So tomorrow it's going to be kind of casual, really relaxed, and it's been a really good day.
Yeah. And then one of the great things about DCA is just the Cars Land and Avengers Campus at night. You'll see some of the video we take, but it's just really cool to walk around and check everything out.
Yeah, it's all lit up. We had a great time. We've talked to Avengers. We've done a lot of rides. We've just kind of sat and relaxed, and it's been just a relaxing day. A little chilly in the evening, but overall it was pretty comfortable.
Yeah, so we'll wrap it up here, head back, and do it again tomorrow.
All right, so we are over by the Cozy Cone Motel, and there's actually a really cool little hidden detail in here. So if you look inside, you can't go in here, but if you look inside, you'll see underneath they have the postcards. They have all of these cones at the Cozy Cone Motel. If you look really closely, you've got a detail from Toy Story. This is in reference to when all the Toy Story characters were wearing the cones and walking across the streets. And you can see, I think that's Buzz's feet. I think you've got Rex's feet. I don't know who the other one is. I can't tell who that is. But really cool little detail.
Another fun Easter egg in Cars Land next to the Cozy Cone Motel at Radiator Springs Curios is a nod to Knick Knack. It's a Pixar short that you can see on Disney Plus, and there is the little Nick character.
A fun ride to save for the evening is Luigi's Rollickin' Roadsters. This is a cute little ride. You just get in and you all kind of dance in the cars to some fun music. In the Doctor Strange area, there are some really great photo spots, especially during the day. It's obviously lit up really well during the evening. One thing we were kind of sad about is they have gotten rid of the Doctor Strange show. It was probably our favorite show at DCA. This is actually one of our favorite photo spots over here. If you stand in the right spot and then they have a little spot for the person who's taking the photo, it looks like you're falling into a hole. So we always jump up and try to capture it as though we're falling in.
So we had a great time at DCA for day 2 and looking forward to tomorrow.
Yep, can't wait.
See you real soon.